Shalom, shalom. Kol halalim la Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahweh Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahweh Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahweh, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, elder bishops, the great millstone. Shalom to the prophets of our body. Shalom to the 144,000 and 1/3, the greater multitude. May peace and blessings be upon your households. Just a little side note. I made a video yesterday. We had an electricity outage. I thought it was an EMP attack when I woke up in the middle of the night, right? So I believe also Heathrow was shut down. This is in the UK, of course. So we're just going to have another severe detriment to the financial infrastructure, flights delayed and things of that nature, And so Esau is definitely messing with the power grid and also doing little testers. And he did that tester, by the way, on a Friday morning, And, when they usually do these kind of little tests, these little computer crashes and cyber crimes and, electricity outages, is usually on a Friday or a Saturday. So they can do a little test to see how people react, And so it's chaotic, but it's not too chaotic. Had it been, if it was a Monday or a Tuesday afternoon or something, midweek in the middle of the day. And it's definitely had an impact, that's for sure. But anyway, and like that electricity power outage, it was like you could smell the smoke. It's probably very similar to kind of like 911 or 9/11. I'm sure you could smell that smoke for a while. And those buildings were burned down by the small hatters. And this is a smaller thing. This was a power grid or a power station. It blew up. Okay. Oh yeah. Now back to what I was going to make a video on right now is Mr. Eugene Henley, aka Big U, aka you may have seen his interviews on Drink Champs, and you may have seen him kind of like a gang intervent. He does a lot of gang interventions. Talks about like making peace and things like that. Really, but he was listen. I'm no way bypassing Esau, the so-called white man's atrocities. We know, okay, it's the higher ups at the top that control the puppets, even of our people. But our people are being judged first, because the Lord did say, Yahweh Shemashai did say, that judgment must begin at the house of the Lord first, right? And that's what's happening, whether it's small things or big things. And Big U's done a lot of time in prison. Talked about him, how he came so-called righteous or whatever. He'd read Malcolm X's autobiography in the 80s. When he was a Crip, he used to have Jericho, and he cut his hair. Trying to compare himself to Malcolm X. I believe it's a Malcolm X book. It's in Drink Champs interview. Because Malcolm X used to put that lie in his hair. And Big U had like a Jericho, and he said, "I'll cut my hair," and all that kind of shit he was talking about. Basically involved in the record business. And, he talks about, Malcolm X and so-called black empowerment. And, but his niece was dating I don't know who that Edomite's name is. I'm trying to find him. He looks like what's that cracker, man? Kind of looks like him. He's either him. I think his niece or one of his relatives was dating, or it's another Edomite. It's a bald-headed Edomite with blue eyes. He's involved in the rap game. You know, it's not Leo Cohen, but we know these guys. You know, a lot of them. Tommy Mottola and that. Tommy Mottola could be a Jake from the well, whatever. Could be a small hat in disguise, right? With the, a lot of these record execs, you know how they are. Since from the beginning, they make money off Jake. Uh, they require of us a song. You know, uh, they made us sing and dance and stuff, and along with making us do that, they make money off us. Because we're the commodity. We're the slaves in this kingdom, of course. So they require of us a song, and at the same time, while they're doing that, they, if you look at these small hats, they deal with the most finest of our women as well. Be it Mariah Carey or uh, who was that chick in Friday? After is it next Friday? The one, the real fine one that was with Cat Williams working in that store. The next Friday or Friday after next, one of the Christmas one, a real fine thing. Yeah, her. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean, she's with a billionaire Edomite, a small hat. You know, rapper Eve, not that rapper Eve, for example, Pitbull in a skirt. She's married to a billionaire here, an ish person, a J double O. Well, she says she's married. We don't know what's going on, so forth and so on. All right. So, what goes up must come down, and let's just get that scripture out. Salakia for that. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning, and I need I need a coffee. Anyway, yeah. Judgment must begin at the house of the Lord, King James Version. You get a little bit pissed off, things are taking. But understand that Lord Yahweh Shemashah is going to do it in His divine time. Boy, do I hate this kingdom, man. I hate it. 1 Peter 4:17. Well, the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High, Yahweh Shemashai? All right. So, you can see what's happening amongst Peggy Sue and all that, and these like-minded people, and other camps that are not in the truth, that have taken the bag, they're falling. And then you got Jakes out there that more than likely know of the truth, um, but they don't take heed because they're not part of the election for salvation. They probably weren't even called. They probably weren't even called where the Lord reached out to them to make them understand that, they're Israelites. A lot of them are just flying in the wind, man. They're just out there. They think America's gonna go on forever, and they just gotta make their mark. And in their mind, it's like, okay, the white man's ruling, and they're gonna rule forever. So while I'm here, and they're in this YOLO spirit, they assume, like that faggot rapper, what's his name, Baby. His name Wheezy and Baby, whatever. One of the Baphomet title on his head. He always says, one life to live, one life to live. It's not one life to live. You come back many times. But in that yellow spirit. So they assume that they got to do whatever they got to do to make it. Having that Steve Harvey kind of mindset where they don't care about their own people. They got to get it, and they don't care what they got to do. Even if steamrolling over their own people. And that's why our people are falling. They're all getting caught up in traps and snares which the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai has set for them by using the so-called white man Esau, especially the Amalekites, the small hats that are involved. Yeah, and because to be part of that world, you got to do some real disgusting things, man. It looks all rosy on the outside, they're wearing nice clothes and look clean and tidy, nice cars. They might have a pretty woman in the arm, but do they actually like that woman? Because they've got so many demons in them and they've been turned out. Most of those MFers don't even like women, man. All that money, all that so-called clout, but you don't even like the vajayjay, you know. You're kind of like a Buster Rhymes, man. That name Buster, Buster. What does he actually like to bust a rhyme or bust something else? Busting asses, more than like, what I'm talking about, man. Buster Rhymes. They say that he's a big freakazoid as well, and not in the normal sense, booty bandit, you know. And they're all part of that world, man. And it's basically where what goes up must come down, and nothing lasts forever. And along with Esau's world falling like a house of cards. And if you go on LinkedIn, I don't know whether whoever is on LinkedIn, you know, you see a whole load of people, man, Edomites, open to work, open to work. They'll see, they have on there, along with their titles, who they are, what kind of experience they've got. A lot of them are bitching and moaning about depression and not having jobs, and this place is falling, man, And you got regular crackers falling, you got big crackers falling, that are so-called part of this world, and the elites are hiding in their bunkers. Because I ain't seen any of the so-called elite families on the news or media for a while, man. Probably maybe 7, 8 years, maybe more. They used to be in the media all the time. Yeah, but our people are falling. Judgment is beginning. The Lord is cleaning house, and you're going to see more judgment go out. With these camps that are not teaching the truth of Yahweh Bashem Hashai, because there's the elect members in every camp. There's sincere individuals in every camp that really want to serve Yahweh Bashem Hashai, but they're being led by evil-minded leaders. Uh, they're leading their flocks astray, man. Just going to go to a couple of scriptures before I play it. Mark 8:36. For what shall it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Now, Big U's been inside prison for many, many, many years. He was out for a short while. He did what he had to do to get to the top. Pretending to be, so-called not really involved in the blue rag lifestyle. Repping the Crips or being a Crip. But obviously, because he's a martial artist and he's heavily, he's got a lot of clout in the street. And obviously, having a lot of clout in the street, you command a lot of men, and commanding a lot of men gives you a lot of power. And with that, you get involved in the rap game as well. Within the rap game or the music industry comes a lot of power as well, where they use you as a puppet, right? So-called white man uses you as a pit bull to get to your own people, and that's what's happening. Because the Lord is sick and tired of that. And once the money starts coming in, the power starts getting to your head, you start forgetting what you really want to do in life, and just go back to evil ways. Like a dog going back to his vomit. And he was trying to so-called go straight, or maybe he's just a good actor, but he's like a dog going back to his vomit, man. Paraphrasing scripture there. Mark 8:36. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? What it means for an individual now. If you're a person that earns $30,000 a year, you're 19 years old, and then You have to do some fucked up Salakia. You have to do some effed up things to acquire $1 million. For you, in your realm, that's like gaining the whole world, you know? And a lot of people will do whatever they've got to do to get that. Money is not evil. For the love of the money is evil, because a lot of people do all sorts of disgusting things to acquire it. And as you can see, a lot of those people are falling because a lot of the stars of heaven are falling. All right? A lot of the stars of heaven are falling. Ecclesiastes 3. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. Okay? Now we're seeing Esau's kingdom, the so-called white man's kingdom, being plucked up. It was planted. So-called white man had his rulership. Our people that sold, that were house ninjas, thrived, you know. And as you can see, those house ninjas to this day are a lot of the comedians and stand-up comedians that are rich, so-called rich in this world. They're nigger rich or ninja rich, or hood rich. They're not rich rich. They don't have the kind of wealth that the so-called elites do, because this is their world, this is their kingdom of heaven, the so-called white man's, which is falling. This is their rulership, because Esau was given the dominion of the earth by the sword. And that's how they took it, by the sword. Their blessing is their weaponry. Okay? And some of our people, because they have talent or they've got certain mindset or they've got certain clout or power in the street, the so-called white man used them, all right, and use them and use their abilities wherever they have. And our people got rewarded for doing evil, for being evil. And now the Lord is judging them. And the so-called white man is falling, and our people that have been planted, that thought they were being watered by the white man's money, are being plucked up now as well. And Big U, even though he's an insignificant Israelite, he is an Israelite, and we all know of him, right? I'm in London, UK, and I know of this geezer. You know what I mean? So the Lord is taking him out, man. Not literally, not yet. He was out. He enjoyed freedom for a little while, a little bit of clout in the street, made some money. And now, whether it's this is real or this is just news to put Israelites in the forefront, because Jakes are going to focus on this and not really focus on what's going on in the world, with regards to the mark of the beast system, Revelation 13:16, the charagma, the RF to the I to the D, the rice grain in the hand or the forehead, or they're not going to focus on Revelation 11:14, World War III. They're not going to focus on Jeremiah 30 verse 7, Jacob's trouble. They're not going to focus on just news and pick the meat from the bones. They're just going to bury their head in the sand, and keeping them have a bad diet and just be renditions of that movie. What's that called? They Clone Tyrone. And he, Big U, is whether he's really caught up in the system. Either way, it's all of Yahweh Hashem Yashai. So this is as I say, kill two birds with one stone. Get Big U caught up, and people like him, our people that are evil, and at the same time, 2/3 Israelites, right, and heathens alike that are not concerned with what's really going on in the world. They keep their heads buried in the sand because they don't want to focus on that, because they don't want the bitter, especially our people. They want that sweet, sweet. They want smooth words. They want to hear. They don't really want to know about this kingdom going up in flames. They don't want to know about the so-called white man's kingdom falling. They want to hear about prosperity. They want to hear about how they can progress in this evil society. The same way we went through our first Exodus, and our people wanted to go back to Egypt, because when they thought about all the good food and the vegetables and the leeks and all that, the fish and all that olive oil and all that good stuff that they were having, because they were going through certain hard times. And now people don't want to go through the hard times. They don't want to go through the straight gate. They want that wide, which leads to destruction. You know, and whether so the Lord has got some of our people caught up, and also at the same time, our people that want to bury their head in the sand. This is news for them. This is what they focus on. While the real things are happening on this, while the real things are happening, which is gonna, really get you caught out there because you're not paying attention. And on top of that, you're not watching the men of the Lord, the men of Great Millstone, and the likewise camps, the affiliate camps that are the watchmen. You're not watching them. This is going to be, uh, you're going to basically uh, trip up and fall spiritually, yeah, spiritually and physically. You know, but among our people, I found wicked men. Jeremiah 5:26. For among my people I found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap. They catch men. And that's what people like him are doing. With our people. Trying to get people. Our people want to make it out of the hood, so-called hood, whatever. Because of the curses of Jake. And because our people are still suffering, and they want to make it. They got talent. They want to sing. They want to rap. They want to be stand-up comedians. They want to act. Whatever they want to do. And a lot of our people use the same tactics as a so-called white man. The devil, Edomites, and the heathen nations. And they set up traps and snares. They give them a little bit of candy. And our people suck on the candy, and and underneath that candy is uh, basically shit. Because it's sugar, shit coated sugar. You know, and once you get that bitter taste of the shit, Salakia for the lingo, get a little pissed off. Then they realize, okay, this person is not really here for my best interest. And time again, you hear stories and you see what really goes on with these 360 record deals and what people have to do to acquire the things of this world. And they initially start out as conscious rappers, as singers that just want to sing gospel music, as singers that just want to sing, have push so-called pure music, or have a pure image, whether it's jazz, rock and roll, or rock music, or the blues, or whatever it is, all so-called black genres, or Israelite music. I hate saying the term black. There's no black or brown people. There's no white people. Edomites are pink like pigs. Okay, all the genres, and they always get turned out. To push that wicked vibration, and that which goes through Psalms 83, because they want to cut our people off from being a nation, and they want to take the remembrance of Israel away from them. You know what I mean? See what the latest news on this guy is. LA gang leader posed as activist and music. 2 days ago. Reputed Los Angeles gang leader posed as activist and music mogul while running deadly mafia-like racket, feds say. Eugene Big U Henley, 58, was still at large late Wednesday. He handed himself in, by the way. He wasn't caught up. You didn't hear the news. A man reputed to be a Los Angeles gang leader passed himself off as a community activist while he was running a mafia-like organization and committing a number of offenses, including the murder of an aspiring rapper. Officials said Wednesday that Eugene Big U Henley Jr., 58, turned himself into federal authorities Wednesday afternoon and will eventually face charges of extortion, human trafficking, fraud, and murder, federal authorities said. Sylvester V. Robinson, 59, Mark Bear Claw, Martin, 50, and Henley were among 19 people accused in wide-ranging charges, authorities said. While Henley assumed the role of community peacemaker, officials said he was really an active member of the Rolling 60s Crips street gang, officials said. You know what happened to Nipsey Hussle, right? Whether he's ready deleted or not, wherever the situation is, you see what happened to him? He has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur running a music label of somebody who gives back to the community here in Los Angeles, funding a South LA based charity developing options, which purports to help at risk youth escape gang life and escape the perils of gangs in high crime areas. Acting U.S. Attorney Joseph McNally told reporters the facts alleged in the complaint paint a very different picture. It is one of a murderer, a thief, a liar, and a cheat, McNally continued. All right, just a sideline as well. Actually, just a side note. All right, right now we're focusing on Jake, but the so-called white man, these crackers, these Edomites and heathens, especially the so-called white man, is the biggest murderer, thief, and a liar and a cheat. We're not discounting our people's evils, but don't let it be known the usual suspect is a so-called white man. They're the problem of the earth. The Edomites, these crackers, especially small hatters, these Edomites, Amalekites, right? But the Lord's going to deal with our people first, man. Okay, where are we? Yeah. Henley's Big U Enterprises was a mafia-like organization that utilized Mr. Henley's stature and long-standing association with the Crips, criminal street gang, and other gangs here in Los Angeles to intimidate businesses and individuals, McNally added. Authorities said Henley fatally shot an aspiring rapper called R.W. in court documents in North Las Vegas, Nevada, and dumped the victim's body in a ditch near Interstate 15 in January 2021 after the musician recorded a diss track about Henley. Henley passed himself off as a community activist interested in bringing peace to South Los Angeles, but the operation was really just a vehicle to scam celebrities, professional athletes, and businesses for donations that were embezzled, McNally said. Henley fraudulently obtained funding from the city of Los Angeles mayor's office through the Gang Reduction Youth Development Foundation, according to the complaint. Mark 13 and 25, and the stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken. Okay, all the famous people are falling, and even low-level famous people. An equivalent of a B grade actor. I think that's a term. Henley or Big U is below that. He's nothing just but an individual, with street cred, utilizing it and moving and shaking with so-called real famous people, and still using his street tactics, to make a mark in this world, because that's all he knows, to make money. Okay, allegedly. But the fact of the matter is the Lord got him, and the Lord got him for a reason. All right? Everything's of Yahweh Bashem Ashai, pursuant to Isaiah 45 verse 7. The Lord controls the right-hand side and the left-hand side. Okay? The Lord Yahweh Bashem Ashai is making the chess moves for a specific reason. And everything will be revealed in due course. And ultimately, it's for the demise of this world and to bring out judgment. As we can see, because we got our time coming. We got next, and this kingdom will fall. And every single thing attached to this kingdom that wants to be part of this kingdom and that wants to keep this kingdom going, that's going to fall along with it. Especially our people that want to make it into this world, or make it in this world, while being a detriment to our people and not a support system. especially in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Shai. You know, yeah. As you can see, all the Ish people that are involved, and there's a couple more. We've got Rick Rubin, Leo Cohen, Aaron Fuchs. You know, like that movie, The Fockers. There's small hatters in it, so they've got a similar surname here. Aaron Fuchs, Roy, and Jules Rifkind. Who Jules Rifkind is? Jules Rifkind. Roy. Okay, is that family? Jules Rifkin is the father of Steve Rifkin, the founder of Loud Records. Now, see these Amalekites. This is Steve Rifkin's dad, bro. See how they look at that? Born in 1932, Brooklyn, New York. Edomites, man. See, this is it. You Israelites are a commodity, man. Even Steve, being trained from a young age, to make money off Jake. Roy? Let's see who Roy Rifkin is. Because Big U's niece, or one of his female relatives, was dating one of these small hatter, hip hop mogul esque type people. Is either Steve? He's an Edomite with a bald head, man. Is it Roy? Yeah. Let me see. Roy Rifkin. Nah, it's not him. Is it Roy? Roy. Let's see. Roy and Jules Rifkin.
According to Wikipedia.
This is the guy. I think it's him. This is the guy. This is the memory of my dad, Jules Rifkin, and my uncle Roy. This was a artist and equal partners. How's that picture gone? That's the guy. Yeah. See the guy here on the left? Now I found this this guy, MFer. This guy here on the left. Okay, I think he's a Rifkin as well. I don't know what his name is. Yeah, that's the guy. This guy was banging one of Big U's relatives, and Big U's meant to be some kind of Malcolm X type people. That's what Malcolm X, he talks about it when he had his Drink Champs interview with Noriega and the Northern Kingdom Jake, DJ something. But then he lets one of his female relatives date an Amalekite, small hat, because you don't care, man. It's all about the dollar bill for them. All right. This is in memory of my dad, Jules Rifkin. Uncle Roy. So that's probably Roy then, right? Whoever this guy is, man. This is the guy. All right. Yeah, I heard that. Let's just check out the news snippet. All right. Let's play it.
Just in, the FBI says that South LA crime boss Eugene Big U Henley is now in custody. Authorities say he ran a mafia-like organization while masquerading as a music mogul and gang peacemaker. Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez spoke to a rapper who worked with him. She joins us live with a story you'll see only on Fox 11, and this story breaking as we speak, Christina.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I am hearing that Big U and the other person they were looking for, Brian Mejia, both turned themselves in. This is developing as we speak. And as we speak, people are coming up and saying, on the one hand, that he did a lot for the community. And then there are those like this woman who say things are not what they seem. Listen to her.
No, I'm not surprised because I've been fighting this fight
for a long time. Rapper Alicia Choi speaks about federal authorities accusing LA rap music executive and community activist Eugene Big U Henley of leveraging his connections with the Rolling 60s Crips to run a criminal enterprise, even funneling funds from his community nonprofits into his criminal operations. You cannot do evil when the cameras are off and smile and help kids when the cameras are on. Choice, who you may have seen in rap videos like this one, says she was a budding artist when she first met him. I was just a young kid wanting to rap and wanting to live out my dream and working hard. And, he really took advantage of me. I wanted to help bring donations into his nonprofit development options. And with that being said, he just wanted to take over. He wanted to bully me. He wanted to control me. And when I wouldn't allow that, that's when he started jumping on me and beating me, extorting me, threatening people not to work with me. And I was scared for a long time to speak up. I was actually terrified. And I want to emphasize these are very serious accusations she is making. And, she says it is her fear, which makes it very difficult to follow up on these things. But she says her fear kept her from going to police. She did not file police reports, but that she did try getting a restraining order at one point. Now, what the feds, and we'll go to his photo again because it's hard to see him as a person that the feds are saying what he did when we are used to seeing him in such a different light. What they're charging him with has nothing to do with what she is accusing him of. The charges do not include anything of what she's saying, but they do say that part of the investigation involves the murder of another young rapper back in Las Vegas. Back in 2021, I talked to police in Vegas, and they told me over the phone that the murder was over. Are you ready for this? A diss that he had written something in a song supposedly talking bad about Big U, and that is why he ended up getting murdered. That's what the police were telling me. So it's just still developing. There's going to be a lot more to this whole thing, but we can tell you he has turned himself in, and I'm sure a lot of people are waiting to hear what he has to say about this, including us. I'm Christina Gonzalez, live Hayden Park. Back to you guys in the studio.
And Christina, there's a connection to Shaquille O'Neal as well, right?
I have not had time to look into that, and I am so wary of because what's happening is a lot of people were seen with him. We're putting money into this nonprofit, and now the feds are saying that he took a lot of this money and it did not end up going to help kids. Again, keep in mind that doesn't mean that kids were not being helped in some capacity by the organizations. The question is where the money went. It's not just Shaq, it's other rappers, other big names that I want to have time to really look into these allegations. Because even with the feds saying it, these are personalities that are well loved in this community, and they need to also have a chance to respond for themselves.
Yeah.
So, stay tuned. We'll let you know as soon as we can confirm more things. But yeah, even Shaquille O'Neal, part of this whole thing. How sad.
Yeah. All right. Christina Gonzalez, thanks for your reporting on that breaking story.
Anyway, there you go. All right. All praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yashai, Bashem Makakodash. Even India, Times of India, I've got news on him. Times of India, check this out. Times of India. Shit, he's not in India too. Well, yeah, I mean, hip hop is big in India now. Federal authorities search for longtime LA gang leader Big U. Who is Eugene Big U Henley Jr.? Anyway, all praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yashai, Bashem Makakodash. Call Yahweh, Bashem Yashai, Bashem Makakodash.